Hey guys, what is up? Reese here, and I've got a brand new sneaker pickup to show you. What we're looking at is the Air Jordan 4 Retro Laser in the 30th anniversary colorway. The colors listed on the box are white, chrome, and metallic silver, and these released on Saturday, March 21st, 2015, with a retail price of $250. Now, this was one of 4 shoes that we saw in kind of this Laser 30th anniversary collection. It wasn't a pack because they all released separately, but so you had 4 different shoes that featured the same laser etching and then the same combination of colors. You had the Air Jordan 1, the Air Jordan 4, the Air Jordan 20, and then the Air Jordan Dub Zero. And now initially that might sound kind of like a weird combination of shoes, but obviously the 1 makes sense because if it's the 30th anniversary of Jordan brand, obviously that means that it's the 30th anniversary of the original Air Jordan. As far as the 4, 20, and Dub Zero go, if we jump back to 2005, which would have been the 20th anniversary of the Air Jordan 1 or Jordan brand as a whole, you had the Air Jordan 20 released for the first time, and that featured a midfoot strap that had a laser etching pattern on it that featured different things like from the silhouettes of different Air Jordan shoes to, I know, Mars Blackman's head from the famous commercials, 6 rings for his 6 championships. All these sorts of things that really helped to tell of the life and accomplishments of Michael Jordan and really kind of served as a nice reflecting point at that 20-year mark to look back on what he had accomplished. And then also in 2005, you had the Dub Zero drop for the first time. It was a new silhouette at the time, and it featured a laser etched upper. And then in 2005 as well, you had 2 pairs of the Air Jordan 4 released with the laser etched upper. You had a black and red pair and then a white, black and red pair. And so again, that just made sense for that 20th year point to kind of look back and use the laser etching to help tell a story. And that's kind of what they're revisiting here with this pack. You know, now that we're at the 30th anniversary, it's another great chance to kind of look back on the line of shoes and the line of accomplishments that Michael Jordan left behind and really continues to make. As far as the colors chosen, these are all, the colorway itself was chosen to mimic the pearl, which is a gift that's associated with a 30th wedding anniversary, which is just another cool way to tie it in specifically to this 30th anniversary year as we look back. I think it's a cool concept, and I think it turned out really well. Honestly, all of the pairs ended up looking really nice. I've seen most of them in person. The only ones I haven't seen are the 20s. Never really had a chance to pick those up. As far as the 1s go, I love the Air Jordan 1. I like it for its classic design and kind of simplicity, so for me the laser etching just kind of took away from that a little bit. Dub Zero I've just never been a huge fan of, and then these I also really liked. It was, for me, my favorites were always these in the 20s, and I had an opportunity to pick these up, so I was very happy to do that. I think the execution was very nice, and also, like I said, that whole theme and what they had going worked well. So with all that said, let's go into a close-up view, and I'll show you the colors, materials, and everything going on with this shoe. Here we go with a close-up view of the Air Jordan 4 Retro Laser in the 30th anniversary colorway. Before I get into the shoe though, real briefly, I will show you the box. This is your typical Air Jordan 4 box. You've got the Jumpman with the flight script on the top. It's a black top, and then that actually pulls off, and you've got the cement print lower half of the box. Inside the box, you've got tissue paper and then the black kind of like trash bag-like material. I've always really liked these boxes. But the only other pair of 4s that I have came in the mail with the box just virtually destroyed, so it's nice to have a good condition box. It doesn't really matter, but I do like, especially when shoes have these special boxes like this. So yep, there's that. Now getting to the shoe itself, you've got predominantly white leather upper, and again, everywhere on the upper you've got laser etching, or everywhere on the leather you've got the laser etching. It's a white leather, but it's not like a pure white. It's almost like an off-white, just a little bit. So that's just something to note. You've got the laser etching is actually done in a gold, which looks really sharp. You can see right here, for example, I've got Michael Jordan's face. There's like ear, eye, ear, nose, mouth. I'm pointing those out because for whatever reason, even though it's pretty clear to me, a lot of people I know haven't been able to see it. But yeah, so you've got, that's kind of cool. And now you don't know exactly what you will have like of the pattern wear on the shoe because they've got a larger template that, you know, the different pieces of material cut out of. So every shoe theoretically will be different from others, or at least slightly different from others. There might be some that overlap pretty closely, but the point is you don't know exactly what you're getting, which I think is cool. And like I talked about earlier, you've just got different things all over this laser printing that just help signify different parts of Michael Jordan's career and his life. So now you've got that all the way down, running along here, running along the eyelets, back around even here, but behind the heel tab. And then also you can see on the top part of the tongue. One thing to note is that these make use of Nike's VacTac technology, which means that this front piece right here isn't actually stitched on like we're used to seeing on the 4s, but it's actually vacuum sealed, so it basically fuses the two layers of material together. You can see that like right there. And as you notice, like other pieces are stitched like normal. It's just this toe piece right here, which is interesting. I don't believe it's ever happened on 4s. I know I've never seen it. Not quite sure why they chose to do that, but just something to note. Then you have your white netting here, both the lateral and the medial side, as well as going throughout the tongue. Here you've got these little eyelet wings in silver right there and right up there, and then these actual big wings back here are white. Here at the heel you've got your white Air Jordan 4 heel tab, and more white down here with like a silver jump band right there. Now these came with flat waxed laces in white, but as you can actually see, I did a lace swap here. I can show you really briefly what the original laces look like. And I'm not a huge fan of wax laces. They're just a little sticky, and so they kind of end up collecting dirt. And they're kind of like the upper. They're not like super pure white, which I thought would look really good on these, so I ended up swapping it. Also, these do come with the Air Jordan hang tag, like we're used to seeing on 4s. But so anyway, yeah, I put white oval laces on just because the Foot Locker I bought these at only had oval laces, and I didn't have any flat laces with me. I thought about switching out when I got back and finding some flat laces, but I actually like how the oval laces look, so I think I'm going to keep them in there. Definitely let me know what you think of those below. I know it's not something you normally see on the 4s. Up here at the top of the tongue, you've got the flight patch in 3M actually. The only thing to note is, even though this is, you know, the flight patch and usually there's the flight script below there, that flight script is actually not present on these. Again, just something to note. Got like a gray liner. Down in there you've got the 30th anniversary logo. And then behind the tongue you've got Air Jordan stitched in there, upside down. That about does it for the upper. Now jumping to the midsole, you can see kind of like this upper bar on the midsole is done in a like chrome or metallic silver. Looks really, really sharp. I like how that turned out a lot. Goes all the way around here. And the main part of the midsole, the lower part, is in white, and then the air unit inside of there, you won't be able to see that very well, but that's actually silver as well. Now the last piece of the shoe is the icy outsole, and you can see it kind of wraps up, especially here on the kind of front part of the shoe, and you've got this big spike right there. Now I know a lot of people have been saying these will this will yellow, and a lot of people have said that's actually why they passed on the shoe, or why they weren't a huge fan, was because of how this will yellow. And I guess I agree to a point, but I actually don't mind how yellowed soles look that much. I try to keep my shoes from yellowing as long as possible, but it's not something that I'm super concerned about. I definitely will be trying to get my, I guess, use out of them before that happens, but it's not something that I ever really care too much about. So yeah, that about does it for this shoe. Like I said, definitely it's a very pricey Air Jordan, and I get that that was the barrier for a lot of people, but it was well executed. I love kind of the tie-in of the 30th anniversary, and I think the white kind of subdued colorway works really well with such a crazy, again, laser printed upper. Definitely let me know what you think of these shoes below, excuse me. Tell me which is your favorite from the 30th anniversary laser pack. I'd love to hear that. Let me know if you picked up any. And thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you already haven't, and have a great day.